What's up, guys? So, just got back from walking the dog and I had a small topic for you, but this is kind of important. You see, when choosing your weapons and when choosing your targets, you have to make sure that the weapon fits the target or is appropriate to the target. And in hand-to-hand combat, just fist fighting, striking and grappling, don't worry about weapons or anything right now, external weapons, just hands, elbows, knees, feet, bellies, headbutts, whatever, There's a simple rule, and of course, everything depends on your level of conditioning and your level of crazy, but there's a simple rule that you can follow to make sure you get the most bang for your buck out of your weapons versus your chosen targets. Hard weapon, soft target, and soft weapon, hard target. But I want you to think in terms of this. Your definition of hard and soft is not what you think it is. You see, in this case, hard means immobile. You see, technically speaking, even bones are actually pretty damn soft, but comparatively, they're harder than some things, and so depending on your biological definitions, you can classify bones as hard or soft or whatever. So we're not using the actual density and rigidity of a singular object, but as far as target areas go, what we're dealing with is mobile versus immobile. A long bone is a relatively immobile target, meaning you don't generally want to use a hard weapon against that hard target. The best example is you don't want to use a fist. A fist is a hard weapon. The hand is soft, it's very mobile, but once you ball it up into a fist, it becomes relatively immobile, thus making it a hard weapon, especially considering that the knuckles are the primary surface of impact. Hard weapon, you don't want to hit on the skull with another hard weapon. The skull is actually harder than your fist, and you can end up doing considerable damage, and we see this in boxing and Muay Thai and other striking arts all the time. Guys just either don't have sufficiently conditioned fists, they're punching with poor fist form, or flat out the skull just defeats the hand. But the jaw, it's still bone, right? But the hinges are pretty weak comparatively, thus making it a very, very mobile target, making it a soft target. The fist is great against the jaw. The palm, however, is very soft. It's supple, and going on, it kind of wraps and whips and forms. That's something you want to use against a hard target. It's like water eroding away a mountain. It's the idea of soft against hard. When you use soft against hard, you can move around an object, it's less damaging to you, and you can erode away. So, soft versus hard. The easiest example is hands. Palm is a soft weapon. Fist is a hard weapon. Even the hammer fist, fucking hard weapon. Now, granted, this is not a black and white thing. It's a huge gray scale, and really it matters mostly on your conditioning and your amount of crazy. But it's a good principle for beginners to understand that when choosing targets, understand what the target is. First of all, long bones or immobile targets are not the best targets. You really want to be aiming for soft targets. And if you are going to be hitting hard targets, using soft weapons, using palms, using, the hammer is softer than the knuckle, right? So using even the hammer against a harder target is a more intelligent choice. Using the heel of the foot, which is considerably softer than, say, the Shin, is a better choice. But using softer weapons against harder targets is going to be your better choice, and more appropriately using hard weapons against soft targets and picking the right targets, picking the soft targets, is going to, of course, be your best choice. And I think perhaps next video we will cover some of the favorite targets, and I imagine you can already think of a good number that are particularly potent targets. But I've chatted for 5 minutes at you now. I just want you to think about that a bit. Hard weapon, soft target, soft weapon, hard target. And I'm going to go get in a quick workout before I head to bed, so I will talk to you guys later. Good journey.